Toastmasters Speak radio show, season 2.
Yes, season 2, right here in the Cayman Islands with Flashpoint Radio every second and fourth Tuesdays, 5:30 p.m. live.
Rebroadcasting will be aired on the first and the third Tuesday at the same time.
What are we expecting?
What are we expecting? We are expecting a supportive and positive learning experience in which each member is empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth.
Join us, yours truly, Toastmaster Hazel Fletcher,
Toastmaster Wilsey Colley,
and yours truly, Distinguished Toastmaster Carla McGarvey Blair, for another exciting season of speaking and leadership information galore. Toastmaster Speak.
Toastmaster Speaks.
Toastmaster Speaks. Welcome to the Eminent Orators Toastmasters.
Toastmaster Woolsey is
Season 2.
all ripe and ready to go. Ladies, gentlemen, grandmas, grandpas, aunts and uncles, boys, girls, even the nannies. Yes, we are here today. Welcome to another episode of the Toastmaster Speaks radio show. This is where we invite you, Radioland, to tune in and for sure get it right.
Indeed, we need to get it right. So you need to tune in just now. And if you haven't, then get tuned in as soon as possible. Welcome to another Toastmasters Speak. And I am so happy that you are here with us this evening.
Yes, for sure. We are your host, the name Carla McGarvey Blair.
And of course, Woolsey Colley.
And we have one more in the house, but not in the house. Our very own Toastmaster. We are hoping to hear you anytime. Coming in. 3, 2, 1. She's in. Can I share with you that while our third host stepping inside, we have a special guest today, and it's so nice. And can I tell you, we are not just speaking, but we are also on air, but we are live in studio, and persons are able not just to hear us, but also to see us. And so we are happy today. Yes, our third host is now on, and she's going to introduce herself to you.
I am Toastmaster Hazel Gordon Fletcher.
All right, and they call us musketeers because we're 3, but for sure we are just 3 representative of the Toastmasters International. Yes, today is a special day. Special day because we have a special guest. Special day because we are live and we are in colors. We are able to see you and you are able to see us. Is it like that?
That's true.
That's right.
But it is also special because God has spared our lives and we are indeed here to showcase Toastmaster, another arm of ministry, another arm of how we can minister to others and share the good news.
Indeed.
What is it we're going to be talking about today?
This evening we'll be talking about contest.
All right.
Toastmasters contest season and the different types of contests that we do have.
It is CONTEST, contest, and that's what we will be talking about. Toastmaster Woolsey, I know we have numerous contests, and throughout Toastmasters year, which starts July 1 to June 30th of the following year, we have at least, give me some numbers,
We
at
have
least At least
4 contests.
4 contests. Yes, for sure. We have at least 4 contests throughout the Toastmasters year. And Toastmaster Fletcher, are you able to share some of those contests with us?
Well, there's a table topics contest, which is an impromptu contest. There's the international contest. It is a prepared speech. There is the evaluation, because evaluation is very important. If you don't evaluate, then you cannot go. And then there is the, which other one now?
Humorous contest.
Humorous contest.
That's mine.
Yes, the humorous contest.
Yes, the humorous
So
contest.
Yes.
Can
And
I?
it's also 5 to 7 minutes speech in which you use humor in your speech.
Contests are really traditions for Toastmasters. When you consider Toastmasters, a year really does not go by without contests. And so each year, thousands of Toastmasters compete in the 4 contests Toastmaster Hazel made mention of: humorous, evaluation, table topics, and international. There is also one more that it is not as famous as the other 4, and that is the Tall Tales contest. However, the 4 major ones, the 4 that are really the famous ones, are the ones that we are going to be touching on. But contest really starts not just out there. It starts at the club level.
Right.
Toastmaster Wolves, is there anything specific you're going to be sharing with Radioland today about the contest?
Well, today I'll be sharing a little bit in terms of the contest periods, when the contests actually take place, what happens after each contest, and how many winners come from each contest
All right.
before we move on to different levels, before we get to the big contest, if you do win, so to speak, at the convention, when that does take place. So we'll get to that in a jiffy. So first of all, the contests, as we mentioned, are 4. So there are 4 contests throughout the Toastmasters here. The evaluation and the humorous contest takes place between end of September and December. However, the international speech contest and the table topics contest takes place between February and April of the Toastmasters year. So it is split in 2. The 4 contests are split in 2, giving each club, each area, each division, each district the chance to have the representatives from the clubs going through to eventually, after the district, then they make it to the international convention, where we have the international contest for each of those winners.
But again, it starts just at the club level. And from the club level, we are able to move the winners, continue, and they compete through the next level. So from the club, we take the winners and we have them competing at
the area contest. And then after the area contest, depending on who the winners are, then we'll move on to the division contest. And after the division contest, then we have the district contest. And after the district contest, we have the international contest, which takes place at the international Toastmasters International Convention. This happens, of course, once per year in the summer.
Wow. So you made mention of the first stages of contests, and the 2 contests that we really focus on at that time: evaluation
and humorous. Might I add, the first Toastmasters meeting I went to was actually to see a humorous contest.
That's great.
And I tell you,
because if you were having a hard day or a sad day, trust me, at the end of a humorous contest, you're cackling going home. You're laughing like crazy going home. Toastmaster Fletcher, which contest was your best humorous contest? which humorous contest was your best one? Can you remember any jokes from that time?
No, I have no recollection of a humorous contest.
All right.
But Corley is always a contestant.
Who?
And so you will remember. I have never contested any of those.
Well, I have listened
Contest.
to a humorous contest. The one that really rings out is a Toastmaster from Jamaica, Curly Roberts. And Toastmaster Roberts, by profession, is a comedian. So that contest was on its way with laughter. And he was talking sports. So you know I was engrossed, I was absorbed, I was diluted in that contest. And he was talking about track and field. Can you ask for something better? We got belly full of laughter. So I really, really enjoyed that humorous contest.
The thing about contests, especially humorous contests, sometimes persons get the mistaken notion that it is actually comedy central instead of a humorous contest. But being at that first meeting, at that first contest, I learned a lot. One needs to pay attention to the rules of any speech contest. And if one of the rules as it relates to humorous contest is that your punchlines, your joke, your funny point is scattered throughout your presentation. It will be a real speech, a well-organized presentation,
Yes.
but there should not be too many jokes. The one thing that is recommended is that one should have just about 5 real punch points in your speech, so that persons don't get carried away with the laughter and actually forget the meat or the real meaning of your presentation. So it's one of humor. So so the humorous contest helps persons, for example, to do a presentation to an audience. While it could be a very serious situation, it could be a very serious presentation, a very formal one, but to keep people relaxed and at ease, have those pointers and each section of that speech sprinkled with humor to keep people relaxed and calm and feeling good.
I want to share with you, Toastmaster Woolsey, that when it comes to speaking in Toastmasters, they still encourage us to have that opening, that body, and that conclusion.
Exactly.
It simply means a comedian just giving a stand-up comedy would not fit it for the margins that we look for as a Toastmaster, because humorous contest, it is still a speech contest. And so when you're doing a speech, you're expected to have an opening, you're expected to have a body, and you're expected to have a conclusion.
And a nice smooth transitions.
And the transitions
and
have to go very good. So then we look at all of that and wrap it up even as judges. And I want to share, when we're looking at the humorous contest as a judge, because there are times we are asked to help judge contests from different areas, different divisions, different clubs. And some of the things as judges that we look for is really speech development. Speech development carries 15 marks for speech development. When we look at the effectiveness of the speech, and we're talking about the achievement of the purpose of the speech, the interest, the reception, that's just 10 marks. The speech value, can you imagine? The ideas, the logics, the thoughts that are original, some that you steal. And yes, we are given that 20% leeway to take other person's thought. But that logic, everything is 15 marks.
So plagiarism is allowed?
It is allowed for just 20 minutes.
20
but
points.
again, you have to state, you have to give credit to those who have given you the opportunity to use their pieces. So it's not plagiarism, I stole it. No. It's plagiarism, but you're able to give credit as you go on.
20% of that.
So when we look at it, it's only 10 marks given for that joke and that laughter. So you have to craft your speech in such a way that we are able to, and I have to remember that it's the video, it's the camera. So we have to really carve our presentation to ensure that we are giving the judges those 20 marks, those 15 marks for the different areas. Your physical appearance, how you stand, did you move? Did you use your space appropriately? That in itself is 10 marks. Your voice, did you go up? Did you come down? The flexibility of your voice. Did you shout when you were supposed to? Did you cry because you're talking about sad situation? Or did you laugh because it was a happy moment? That in itself, 10 points. Your mannerism, your appropriateness, because sometimes you're given the humor and it's really not supposed to be. It's really not appropriate. So we look at that. And again, your grammar, your word selection, your pronunciation, and that gives you that 100 point. So when you consider the humorous, it is still a humorous, but hey, it is still a humorous in line of giving a perfect speech, which entails the opening, the body, and the conclusion.
That is so true. What I would love to share with you as well is the background, what goes on behind the scenes as it relates to the contest. You heard Toastmaster Carla mention the judge, but then we don't, not only judge or judges are in the contest. We have individuals such as, to get the contest going in the first place, the contest chair. Now that person is responsible for setting up the contest, getting, for example, the chief judge, and the chief judge now looks out to get his or her judges, and not just the judges, but also we get the counters, and then we can't have a contest without a timer. So we have a timer. And so that is now for a contest in a nutshell that will be in person. Now it gets a little bit more complicated when we're doing a contest on Zoom or hybrid, where you might have some contestants are in person and some contestants are in the virtual space. You might have some judges in the virtual space, and you might have some of the judges in the physical space. You might have some of the timers. The timers are one timer in the virtual space, one timer in the physical space. And so you get the, so then we need to, so in that situation we need to have a Zoom master. We need to have a person who is going to be opening the different, if we're using Zoom, we'll be opening the different rooms for persons to go into when, for example, we are doing evaluation speech contest, and those individuals will not necessarily need to be in the room to hear the question or the speech or the response from the other contestants before they do their presentation. So it is a little bit of, gets complicated, more complicated rather, when it is in the virtual or hybrid space. But then that is in a nutshell what takes place behind the scenes and in the scene of running a contest, whether it be a club contest, a era contest, or the international contest is generally in person.
All right, Toastmaster Fletcher, we are talking about the evaluation contest, and I know that's a contest that's one of your babies. Talk to us about the difference between the evaluation contest and the humorous contest as it relates to the setup.
Well, for the evaluation contest, there has to be a test speaker, and all the contestants who are doing the evaluation would listen to the speech. After the speech is done, then they are taken to a room supervised by the SAA.
Yes.
They are given an allotted amount of time to make their evaluation.
Yes.
And they're led out of the room one by one. As a matter of fact, when for the contest, they are given, they are drawn, they draw numbers. So if it's 3 person, is the number 1, number 2, number 3. If it's 5 person, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. So the first person would go and give their evaluation. Then number 2 would be called. Number 2 would go and do their evaluation, and it would go. The person who did the first evaluation can sit and hear and listen to the rest of the. Is that so?
For the evaluation.
Yes, you're correct.
You are correct.
Okay.
You are correct.
Yes. Yeah, they would go. They could sit and listen for the evaluation.
Because they would have done
Until
their
it's
part
completed.
already.
Yeah. Then there is the table topic contest. Now,
Before you get into the table topics, Fletcher, I wanted to share the difference, because while the humorous, all the contestants are one place, they give their presentation, their speech, they can listen to each other, they can sit down. The evaluation, as you mentioned, that test speaker, and all contestants evaluate the same test speaker, but they are placed in a room, and so one by one they come out and share their evaluation. And so we have the judges now judging them as evaluators. So that's the difference. I really like evaluation contests as well. And when I look at the evaluation contest, it is so simple as a judge, because the analytical quality aspect takes up 40%. So you have to be analyzing in detail. Was the evaluation clear? Was the focus of the evaluators sent, or you were able to see or hear the focus? Recommendations given, because as evaluators you have to now evaluate a speech. What the person did great, what was good, your recommendation, and how you wrapped it all up. So we have that recommendation that would be given is really in itself also carries weight. That's 30%. Was the recommendation positive? Was it specific? Was it helpful? That's 30%. Then another 15% is given for technique. Now the evaluator have to be sensitive. The evaluator have to be sympathetic, have to be motivational, and that carries 15%, and then another 15% for wrapping up the package. So as evaluators, you do have that margin, and you have the different margins to work with, and I love that. Toastmaster Fletcher, you were moving into the table topic, but you have to give us a timeline.
Just before we move on, when it comes on to the evaluation contest, the time. So the speaker speaks, the test speaker speaks for 5 to 7 minutes, and the person who is a contestant,
the evaluator,
speaks for 2 to 3 minutes.
Wow.
If you go over time, over 30 seconds over time, then you would be disqualified. And if you speak for less than a minute and a half, you will be disqualified as well. But I'm sure
you just speak for less than a minute.
Right.
Okay, so I don't think you had asked me about table topics, but I want to talk about table topics.
Go right ahead.
The chairperson of the contest is responsible for the question for the participants. Unlike the other contests, they have to draw their numbers. When it's time for the contest, the one person will remain in the room, and the others will be escorted to somewhere, whether it is a Zoom room or it's physical room. They will be escorted, because it's the same question that everybody have to.
Right. I'm happy you made mention of that. Yes.
Same topic.
Question.
So we can't allow them to stay in and hear the question. So the question is presented by the chairperson. The person answers the question, 2 minutes, as was said, minimum of 1 minute, maximum of 2 minutes and 30 seconds. The light will be shown. The timer does the timing as usual, but the timer will not indicate when. After the red light is shown, which ordinarily when you're speaking, if red light is showing you about 10 seconds or so to wrap up,
Yes.
there will be no more signal. The red will stay there until you finish your speech. And the TM Woods, they talk about the disqualification already, and they will be taken in the order that they came and do their speech, and they will be evaluated by the judges, chief judge, and the counters will do the counting. I suppose, DTM Carla, you have the form there, evaluation form for the table topics.
Yes, we do. I do have that. But I also wanted Toastmaster Woolsey, as he made mention of the table topic. Some of our radio listening audience may be wondering what exactly is table topic. And so we could just highlight to them before I go into that. Remember, we do have a special guest coming up. In addition to that, we have one more contest to talk about.
Correct.
Yes. And we're going to take a break, but just before the break, Toastmaster Woolsey, can you share with us exactly what the table topic is all about? And then I'm able to give you the evaluation form from the judge's perspective.
So the table topics contest is one that in which a speaker or a contestant is given a question to respond to within 2 minutes to as maximum time of 2.5 minutes. So 2 minutes and 30 seconds. If that individual speaks for less than a minute, that person will be disqualified. And if that person speaks for more than 2.5 minutes, 2 minutes and 30 seconds, they'll be disqualified from the competition. What is great about the table topics contest is that these individuals would have already been practicing in their clubs how to respond to table topics. It doesn't matter how long a person has been a Toastmaster or how short of a time a person has been a Toastmaster to enter the contest. However, there are some qualification rules that go by in terms of the person would have to completed their level 1 that would have them being qualified to participate in a table topics contest. And as it goes down the line, individuals who are doing a table topics contest will be well aware of the contest rules, will be well aware of the techniques to be used in table topics contest. Because look, a table topics contest and a table topics speech or response is one that entails the same tenets of a regular speech. So you need to have an opening, a good body, and a conclusion. Just as if you're doing a regular speech that goes for 5 to 7 minutes, or if you're doing a longer speech, tall tales for example, that goes for beyond the 7 minutes. So we are looking at situations like this where when a table topics contestant will be well aware and is well versed at taking on a topic that they perhaps had no clue about. It may be personal or it may be something that is totally foreign, and that person would have developed the skills to answer that question as though they were well rehearsed in knowing that question.
I am happy you made mention of that, Toastmaster Wilson. One of the things I love about Table Topic is that even new Toastmasters can enter that contest. That's one of the contests that you don't need any level 4. And that's a good thing about it. For the other contests, some of them you have to be at least level 2. So I'm super happy when it comes to Table Topic contest.
I need to just jump in and say this. Persons who are doing table topics, if you are going to be a contestant in a beauty pageant, whether it's Miss World
Aha!
or Miss Universe,
Yes.
you will remember those questions that they have to respond to within 2 to maybe 3 minutes. And being a Toastmaster, knowing how to answer questions that you perhaps had no idea about and have it make sense and punch to your audience is a situation that you will use at that time. As a matter of fact, here in the Cayman Islands, Grand Cayman Toastmasters Club, along with other Toastmasters, have actually assisted the contestants for
Yes.
Miss
Miss Cayman.
Miss Cayman.
And all small pageants. We
And
were just
exactly.
Toastmaster Paul, who is a president for the civil service and also a member of Grand Cayman. We were working together along with Toastmaster Jody, working on some babies, 12-year-olds, 7-year-old, 8-year-olds. They were going abroad to do their pageants as it relates to representing the Cayman Islands. And so they asked us as Toastmasters to work with them. So it was really a privilege. And we do this like every year. And again, he said to me, they're going to call on us again. And Toastmasters are always willing to share their talents, share their skills, and again, assist in areas that we can. The great thing about it, we have a minute before we take that break. But just before we take that break, when you look at speech development for table topic, effectiveness, the physical area as it relates to answering or responding to that table topic question, the voice, the appropriateness, and the corrections. Those are the categories that we list as judges. We look for in order to mark that. Toastmaster Fletcher, I know you have to say something very quickly before we go into that break, or do you want us to take that break now?
What do you want to? What was that question you asking me? If
All right,
you want me to continue,
no,
okay, let's take the break.
we're going to take the break now. So we will be with you shortly. Again, it is a Toastmasters Speak radio show, and we are here definitely in studio with one of our arms out of studio, just like the last time. But today it is a special day because we have a special guest, and yes, we are live.
Welcome to the Eminent Orators Toastmasters Speak radio show, season 2.
Yes, season 2, right here in the Cayman Islands with Flashpoint Radio every second and fourth Tuesdays, 5:30 p.m. live.
Rebroadcasting will be aired on the first and the third Tuesday at the same time.
What are we expecting?
What are we expecting? We are expecting a supportive and positive learning experience in which each member is empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth.
Oh, join us, yours truly, Toastmaster Hazel Fletcher.
Toastmaster Wilsey Colley.
And yours truly, distinguished Toastmaster Carla McGarvey Blair, for another exciting season of speaking and leadership information galore. Toastmaster Speak.
Toastmaster Speaks.
Toastmaster.
Toastmaster Speaks. Welcome to the Eminent Orators Toastmasters Speak radio
right
show,
here.
season 2.
Yes, season 2, right here in the Cayman Islands with Flashpoint Radio every second and fourth Tuesdays, 5:30 p.m. live.
Rebroadcasting will be aired on the first and the third Tuesday at the same time.
What are we expecting?
What are we expecting? We are expecting a supportive and positive learning experience in which each member is empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth.
Oh, join us, yours truly, Toastmaster Hazel Fletcher.
Toastmaster Wilsey Colley.
And yours truly, distinguished Toastmaster Carla McGarvey Blair, for another exciting season of speaking and leadership information galore. Toastmaster Speak.
Toastmaster Speaks.
Toastmaster.
Toastmaster Speaks.
and our virtual friends. Guess what? We have our virtual guest who will be joining us very soon. She is the immediate past president for the Eminent Orators Toastmasters Club. She's also recently fresh out of a contest, the International Speech Contest and the Table Topics Contest held here in our area. Area 52 contest to be more specific. And she did well. She was placed second in the contest, the International Speech Contest, and also she was well placed in the Table Topics Contest. She's going to come on to us right now. Her name is none other than Toastmaster Carolyn Smith. Toastmaster Carolyn Smith is a very passionate about Toastmasters. She's also very passionate about her family and her friends. And it is for this reason, I believe, one of the reasons I believe she did so well in the contest. And I'm quite sure that this evening she's going to be giving us a taste, just a taste, of that speech that she did. And you can judge for yourself how well she did. Toastmaster Carolyn, please grace us with your presence. This is one of the things we deal with when we are in the virtual space, and as a result, we are still waiting to see Toastmaster Carolyn Smith. She is coming on with us anytime now, and here she is.
That's our special guest.
Welcome,
And yes,
Toastmaster Carolyn.
Good evening, everyone.
good evening. How are you?
I'm great.
All right, Toastmaster Carolyn will be doing her presentation. She's going to give us the title of her presentation. And as host today, we are going to try to evaluate her presentation and give you a taste of what we do in Toastmasters meeting. Toastmaster Carolyn, you have 5 to 7 minutes. And at 5 minutes, Toastmaster Fletcher will show you the green light. At 6 minutes, she will show you the yellow light. At 7 minutes, Toastmaster Fletcher will show you the red light. 30 seconds after, you know you have to wrap up to end your speech. Toastmaster Carolyn, the virtual lectern is yours.
Good evening, visitors, listeners, and Toastmasters. My topic this evening is stones. Sacrificing, true, trustworthy, observant, noble, efficient, sacrificial. That's my Savior. And just like these stones are strong and firm, that's who I lean upon when I have troubles. He is my rock. And based on the story in the scriptures, when the Israelites were going through the Jordan River, Joshua told them, 12 of them, to collect a stone as a memorial, as how the Lord has brought them a mighty long way. Thus, therefore, these stones, different as you may see them, you will realize how special, how significant they are to me and my family. Stones. Some person might just say, why stones? Because of their durability that they have and the force that they can reckon with. That's the reason why I chose stones. And this, I know someday my grandchildren will ask me, Grandma, why do you have these stones around you? Right here. I am going to explain to you now why I have these stones. I have 4 children, and I have 4 heart-shaped stones, which represent each one of my children. My first stone that I will show you is one that stands for Lashon, which is my first daughter. And the reason why hers is like that, she's my first love, my first child. But years ago, she conquered, or she had cancer, and she lost that battle. But I prayed, and the Lord carried my family. So I kept that stone to represent that time. Then I have my second stone, which has A on it, for Elise or Alberta, my second daughter. And believe it or not, she too had cancer. But a month ago to 2 weeks ago, her results came back saying she was cancer free. And I praise the Lord for that victory, because he brought my family through that. Because I said, Lord, please, I can't lose another daughter to cancer. Please save my daughter so that I can spend more time with her. Then I have one that represents my son. And anybody know me, I don't want one, because I was raised as a single child. I want 2 of anything. So I have 2 sons. So one represents Bonnie, which is a J, and one represents J. And you might wonder why there's a Tajin, a Lashon, and a Taj. Well, with Giovanni, I almost lost him at 6 months when I was pregnant with him. And there were nurses that prayed with me. And guess and tell me what? He stayed for the 9 months. And he is still here today. A lovely, handsome young man. So I know the Lord has brought me a mighty long way. And here is this one, Tajay. That's my last son. Green is his favorite color. And that's the only child that I have that his name initials spell another word. And when he was being christened, I was told that anybody, their name spell another word, that means that they are, or they will be great. I will tell you this. I have conquered a lot, and it's through prayer. And these stones that I have that represent all of my family, not just my children. Yes, I have 4 heart-shaped ones, plus this green one. But I have stones that represent each person that is dear and near to my heart. Don't you think you can collect stones? No matter where you get them from, no matter what shape they might be here. This one shows like an arrow that will point. So this is Christ pointing me exactly where I need to go. Here I have a smooth, round one, like nickels. But look at the different colors that it has. This just tells me that my God has made all things beautiful and lovely and perfect in his time. So when you go through trials, testing, and all different situations, just look for a rock. Just look for a stone, whether it be smooth or rough, and just claim the promise of the Lord on it, because he is able to do for you what he has done for me. He has brought me a mighty long way. I yield the chair, lecture back to you, TME.
All right, all right, all right. Toastmaster Fletcher, are you there?
Yeah.
So usually at a contest, the judges have
Yes, I'm here.
okay, the judges have nothing to do with the timing. They're not responsible for the timing. They don't even care about the timing. They are judging just the contestant and the content coming out of the presentation. But I just want to ask, based as we are doing this illustration, what did you have her time? Toastmaster Caroline's time?
6 minutes and 40 seconds.
6 minutes and 40 seconds. So again, she would have been within her time because her presentation must be between 5 to 7 minutes. I am sure we as Toastmasters and evaluators at some point in time have something that we want to share based on our observation of the presentation. Who wants to start? And my listening audience, this is what we do in Toastmasters. We evaluate each other so to help them to become better speakers. Anybody wants to start? Or to describe it? What do I mean by that? As evaluators, we are encouraged to evaluate using the sandwich method. And
That's
this
true.
method is really to talk about things that the speaker done that is positive, something that is elevated, something that is good, something that's interested, that you admired about the presentation. And then afterwards, we are asked to give a recommendation, maybe 1, 2, 3 recommendations, put them together so the speaker will be able to put these recommendations and add them to the presentation the next time to make the presentation better. And then to wrap up, whether with a challenge, whether we challenge our speakers or our speaker in specific, challenge them to move on, challenge them something, give them something that they can work towards, or to wrap up that presentation in a nice package. So we call it the sandwich method. So I'm going to start. Who wants to start with the sandwich method? Anybody?
What I loved about Toastmaster Caroline's speech is the fact that she made her speech is something that was personal, something that was her own. It was her own experience, and given an experience of such, it gives the audience a chance to ride with her, to be with her, to feel with her in that
Yes.
presentation.
Yes.
And those are two of the things that I actually like about the fact. One, that it was personal, and two, the fact that it would have drawn the audience in and had them go along with her in the speech. What I also loved is the fact that she used the stones.
She had her props.
She had her props.
Wow.
She did not only speak about the stones, but she had the stones with her, and gave reasons as for each stone that she had.
Wow.
Right, and she had the labels on them. She knew exactly what stone was for the children, what stone represents her overcoming obstacles, what stone looks like an arrow, what stone represents her rock, Jesus Christ, and what stone is used just to bring back memories of how God has brought her through different
All right.
troubles.
So Toastmaster was it? Those are your 2 observations. We are wrapping up. Time is running out. Toastmaster Hazel, do you want to give us your 2 observations? We're still at the positive.
Okay. She challenged us at the end of her.
Now I want
Of
at
her
the top, the
presentation.
top, the top, the top, the top.
The top-
Yes.
Her opening remarks
Aha.
about the stones. Yes.
Very
I
good.
love how she,
All right.
the opening remarks that she gave on stones,
Yes.
and the analogy she gave about Joshua asking
Very good.
the men to take up 12 stones, that it will be a remembrance for them.
Yes.
Yes.
I love her
Yes.
vocal variety. She went up, she went down. She spoke about these stones, and then she said, and my daughter, she was not well. But then she said, praise the Lord for the other one. So I love that vocal variety. Another thing I love about it, her speech was filled with humor. So even though it was an international speech, she spliced it with little humor. She said, I am a single child, but I love two of everything. I make sure I have 2 boys, 2 girls, and 2 cats, 2 dogs. But she had humor in it, and I love that. What are the recommendations that we would have given? And I just want to hear one from you, one from Toastmaster, and I give one as well.
The one recommendation I have, I would say, is she's spoke to us virtually, is for her to be more in line with the camera.
All right.
That's one recommendation. We could speak to others, but that's one.
That's one. Toastmaster Hazel.
I'm thinking, I'm turning my students them. I'm thinking.
And while you're thinking, my recommendation, when you're giving a presentation like that, especially at a contest, do not say good evening. Toastmaster Caroline, for me personally, you could just start with your rocks, your stones, hold them up and say, these are my gems. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. So you actually get my attention before saying good evening. That's my recommendation. Toastmaster Hazel, do you want to just wrap up now? That third aspect of the sandwich? Your challenge.
Yeah. Challenge. The challenge for her is for her to not using her mouth as she's doing it. What we call it, the wrapping of the mouth. She's
okay.
We still need to work on that.
Okay. Toastmaster Wilsey.
Well, I just encourage her not just to do the speech on a Zoom platform.
Yes.
But wherever she can and however she can, do this presentation in person. I believe that this presentation will be so much more powerful if it was done in front of a live audience. And I know Toastmaster Caroline Smith has the ability to draw her audience in and have them feel with her, see with her, and appeal to those senses so that individuals would know exactly what she's feeling and could learn from her experience with her rocks. I know she would love to be here in her presence.
Yes.
But virtually,
definitely,
it's not necessarily a thing. But anyhow, that's what I would love for her to do, to have that presentation be done in person, wherever. It doesn't have to be in Toastmasters. It can be at church. It can be at work. It can be anywhere, because I believe it is one that engenders and it favors motivation and inspiration for those who want to learn how to, or just need to get that done at some point.
Thank you so very much. Toastmaster Hazel, do you have any final comment as we wrap up this evening's radio show?
Yes, my final comment is that she did her speech within the time, and it did not go over or go under. She used up her time adequately.
All right. Thank you so very much. Ladies, gentlemen in Radioland, this is exactly or pretty much what an evaluation sounds like or look like for those who are seeing, whether you are in studio, whether you are in the Toastmasters meeting, or you are just listening on in their experience. And for sure, Toastmaster Caroline will take our recommendations, put it together, and have her speech presented another time, include the recommendations, and for sure, it can be a better speech. It is really good to be here. It was really good to have Flashpoint having us in studio, not just speaking, but you are also seeing. We want to say thank you so much for having us here this evening. And yes, this is really another episode. This is the beginning of great things, of good things. And once again, we end by saying, Toastmaster, where leaders are made.
And we forgot to give the applause that we
Welcome to the eminent orator.
You are so correct. I was applauding. So they will see my
Toastmasters
upload.
Speak. Radio
All right.
Toastmasters Speak Radio Show Season 2.
Yes, season 2, right here in the Cayman Islands with Flashpoint Radio every second and fourth Tuesdays, 5:30 p.m. live.
Rebroadcasting will be aired on the first and the third Tuesday at the same time.
What are we expecting?
What are we expecting? We are expecting a supportive and positive learning experience in which each member is empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth.
Oh, join us, yours truly, Toastmaster Hazel Fletcher.
Toastmaster Wilson Colley.
And yours truly, distinguished Toastmaster Carla McGarvey Blair, for another exciting season of speaking and leadership information galore. Toastmaster Speak.
Toastmaster Speaks.
Toastmaster
Speaks. Welcome to the Eminent Orators Toastmasters Speak Radio Show Season 2.
Yes, season 2, right here in the Cayman Islands.